So I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but I'm going to anyway. I've seen a lot of questions on Facebook and different groups and things about what people's processes are in terms of the Amazon Influencer Program, and what on a daily basis, what do people do? What's their process? What's their workflow? And so I want to share mine. I'm going to skip my whole spiel because this might be a little bit of a longer video. But if you don't know me, my name is Craig. You can check out my prior videos. I've been in the Amazon Influencer Program for about a year and a half. If you like what you see here, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I want to get just right into it. What I typically do is I start off my morning every day, and I have Agent Oink already run overnight. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Agent Oink is something that Oink has, and it allows you to get investment opportunities on here, and allows you to contact brands to reach out to them if you have a product that you like, or you that you're interested in reviewing and doing things like that. So what I have here is just the list of the products that came up for me overnight. So what I'll do is I'll go through these, and then if I like one, what I'll do is say, okay, I have an investment profile on Oink. And I'll show you briefly each of these features, but I'm not going to go through in too much detail because it'll just take way too long. But I have an investment profile, and if it matches, it'll go into this little pink box. So that'll give me an idea, and I'll just basically scroll through all of these products and see if there's anything I like, and I'll reach out to the brand. So for example, I think on this one, I did reach out about this one. It's a universal remote, and you hit request. And then once you're done picking all the ones you want, you could pick as many as you want. And I'll scroll back up to the top, and then I'll hit send messages. And then I'm not going to pull that up because my message is there and I want to keep that private, but you're going to set up your messages separately. And so once you're done, you hit send messages, and then it's going to send messages to all those different products. That's all I do with Creator Connections. I'm kind of trying to wean myself off of free products, but at the same time, I do like to keep my eyes on things that are being given away for free. And if I could possibly get them for free and they have a really good Creator Connections campaign, then okay, fine, I'll take a free product. But most of my product selection is I purchase it anyway. So this is all I do when I ask for products. I don't really do much more than this. So now I'll show you. You can set all this up under your account in Oink. This is my account here. And if you go down here, you could set up your investment profile. It's just a setup wizard, an investment profile wizard that you're going to be going through here. And I'm not going to go through every single step, but you can answer the questions to the best of your ability and based on your preferences. They have this thing called Oink Chat, and this allows you to communicate with the Creator Connection sellers. Okay, so once you're on this list of all these messages, you can click up here to templates, and that's going to bring you to a screen where you can set up all the templates that you want. You could set up as many as you want, and that's going to allow you to send messages to these sellers in a really simple and quick way. And whether that means you're going to send an initial message when, like on the Agent Oink, that's your initial message you send, or a follow-up message. Sometimes they'll get back to you and say, hey, we'd like to work together, and the follow-up message might have your address in it. Or, you know, a third message that I have saved is like when my video is done. So this way you don't have to retype the same things over and over and over. So that's the second thing I do. Is first I do Agent Oink, and then I reach out to, 5 to 10 brands, or sometimes it's only one. And then the second thing I do is I go to my Oink messaging center and see if there's any communications I need to get back to regarding any products that I had. And so today I had to get back to a couple of them, and that takes some time depending on how many messages you have. But, so that's the second thing I actually will do every morning. The other thing that I do every day that I don't really do at all throughout the day, but I have it set up, is my timers. So if you go here under account, you could set these up throughout the day. And this I will show you because it's not like any of my personal information, but these are my timers that I run. Okay, so Agent Oink, you can see I have run at 4 a.m. So then by the time I wake up around 6 or 7 a.m., this is already done and ready for me to go. And then all these other ones are, and I'll move myself just so you can see all the different timers, but I'll look at the right here. You have your affiliate plus cross-check, you have your sponsored products cross-check, and I have these spaced out throughout the day. And then on the other side here, we have the earning content gap, affiliate plus cross-check, sponsored products cross-check. So all of these I have set up. You can see I have them. This one's early in the morning, then I have 12 p.m., 12:45, 1:15, 3 p.m. And this is basically all this time I'm not near my computer at all. So that's why I don't really worry about this. So I save this, and now the next thing I do is I like to check my reports from the night before. Pull up my US reports. And on this report page, I like to go to the last 30 days, and that will give me an idea of how well I've been doing over the last 30 days. I can scroll down to look at all the different products that sold over the last 30 days. And with the new reporting, they're only going to show you those items that sold 4 or more. And so that gives me an idea of what's working, what's not working. If I see something that I reviewed and it hasn't sold any in the last 30 days, or at least 4 in the last 30 days, well, yeah, maybe that was a problem. I shouldn't have reviewed that screwdriver. I need to reassess going forward. But I do like to see when I reviewed something last week and it's all of a sudden on this list already. That's always a good plus for me. The other thing I always take into account is the fact that a lot of the products, or the majority of the products that I review, are creator connections. So a lot of this stuff is just bonus, and these are products that maybe the creator connections campaign's already expired, or these are products that I made way before that didn't have creator connections campaigns when I wasn't concentrating as much on creator connections. So I take that with a grain of salt because a lot of my earnings come specifically from creator connections. So I don't really, a lot of this stuff is just bonus to me. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on a spreadsheet. I do have a spreadsheet here that I keep track of everything from every location. And what I do is I add it on here, and I like to keep track to make sure everything adds up and that the numbers don't change. And if the numbers do change, I can see and make adjustments and things like that. But I'll put it on this list, and I'll do the same thing for Canada, UK, Australia, and Singapore. Those are the only 4 foreign storefronts that I have so far. And then I'll put it all onto this list. And that's really what I do in the morning. So then that's all I do in the morning. Okay. After that, that's pretty much my morning routine, and I move on to the rest of my day. I will film and I will edit throughout the day, different pockets of my day. It depends on what I have going on during the day. This is the summertime. I'm a teacher, and so my kids are home with us for the summer, and we have a lot of activities we do. We go to the beach, we go into the city. We just do a lot of different things, and some days we don't, some days we do. And if I have pockets of time throughout the day during my son's nap, then I'll film some, I'll edit, I'll do things like that. During the day is when I'll usually post my videos. I usually have a note on my phone that has all the different things that I have to film or needed to film or already filmed and things like that. So I keep myself organized that way. And then as I film them, I post them throughout the day. And that could range from an hour or 2 to 3 hours, depending on how many things I need to film. Sometimes it's only 30 minutes. I only have 1 or 2 products that I have to get through, or I just have to post something. It just really depends on where I am in the process. But I usually like to get through a couple videos a day if I have the time. And then what I do is, if I do any videos throughout the day, great. If I don't, okay, great. And then at night, I usually go on maybe around 8:30 p.m. and I do the same thing, but then I just get my Creator Connection sales. I see how I did there. What I love about Creator Connection sales is that they give you all of the data still, which means that you're going to see all the things that sold. So I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of all the products, regardless of it, if it's a free sample, if it's something that I purchased, if it's something that was sent to me, if something that someone's paying me for. And I have a spreadsheet for all of this. And I have different tabs across the bottom depending on where they come from. And what I like to do is I like to keep track of how much money I made off of each product. So especially if I invested in the product, you could see here, this is exactly how much money that I made off of product investments recently. And what I like to do is I like to write down how much the product cost. Okay, I like to write down what the product is, the link to the product, things like that. And then what I like to do is write down how much I've made off the product. So you can see some products were hits, some products were not. And you can see over here, this is over the last few months or so, how much money I've made off of product investments alone. And so that's taking into account how much the product costs, minus how much the product, minus if I sold it for anything, and then plus any commissions that I've gotten from the product. So this is where I really keep track on the Creator Connections, because it'll show you each day how much you made from each product. And I just continuously add to this list. It takes about 2 minutes to do this every night. And the reason I do this is I want to keep track of when I become profitable on a particular product, because that gives me confidence, like, oh, that was a really good product to invest in. Or some of these you can see like wasn't really a great investment. I didn't make my money back. And then it just gives me more information. The more data I have, the more information I have, that helps me moving forward. But that's pretty much it. The nighttime session takes me maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, if that, to just see how much I made in Creator Connections and just jot down the different products that made money that day. And then I just move on to my next day. So a lot of the stuff that I do throughout my day is automated, and I love that. And I'm so thankful for Oink for that, because I used to have to do all that stuff manually. And then when Oink came around, you still had to like initiate those things like once a week, once every other week, or, once a month, things like that. But now that Oink automates all that on timers, I don't have to worry about it. And it's constantly accepting all those campaigns for you and things like that. And then I just go through like a basic summary of my workflow is like in the morning, I check my reports. Okay, I check my messages, I respond to messages and things like that, and I look for product opportunities. That's the morning. Throughout the day, I'll film. I like to film in batches. So I'll film like 3 products, then I'll edit 3 products, and then I'll post 3 products. I don't make a ton of videos, so it's not like I'm sitting here doing a ton of different things. Like right now on my docket, I think I have like 3 or 4 more videos to make so far this week. If I get more products that come in, great. Okay, then I have more to add to my list. But right now I only have 3 to make. Um, and then after that, at night, I do the same thing. I look at my report again, just for creator connections for the US storefront, because that's usually my biggest moneymaker. And that's pretty much it. That's my whole workflow throughout the day, and Oink takes care of the rest. So if you guys have any questions on any of this, do me a favor, like definitely comment below. I will answer your questions. This is just the workflow that I use. Throughout the day, the one last thing that I will mention is I do also product research throughout the day if there's something that comes up that I think that I want to purchase. So I'll give you a particular example. Like yesterday, we were playing the Switch with my kids. Like this is how my ideas come up. And we always play the Switch with my kids in the basement. And they wanted to play upstairs, but we don't have a dock upstairs. So while we were playing the Switch, I was like, okay, let's go see how much it would cost for a dock for the Nintendo Switch. So I went on Amazon, and I'll show you exactly what I did. Nintendo Switch 2 dock, and it's right here. And what I did is I used Oink to determine if any of these could be profitable. And it's a really simple way to just look up products real quickly. And now I just click down here, click to start checking for CC campaigns. And I did this. And what that does is it's going to basically see which of these products have creator connections campaigns, and then which maybe, have a lot of sales and may be profitable for you. And then that's going to give me an idea of like, oh, that's cool. I need this item, right? It's something that fills a need for us. And then I could also make money off of this item. So it's a win-win. And that's typically how I do my product research. It's like things I need around the house that I was going to buy anyway. Like I might as well use that as a product opportunity, because otherwise I don't know what else to like look for when it comes to product research. So to me, that's the best way of coming up with what products to invest in, is that things I need around the house. Okay. And if I don't need it, then what I'll do is I'll end up selling it, or, something like that. A lot of times I'll end up selling it on Facebook Marketplace. But now I have a chance to look at all these products. Look, this one has 193 days left. It has 10% commission. I can look at this, 1,000 sales over the last 30 days. Like I can get something like this and I can use it for my kids, and then I can make money off of it. I only have to make $25 back in order to make money off of it. And if you're going to be getting 10% back on each one, that's $2.50 per sale, right? That's not going to be a very difficult thing at all. If you pull this up, you'll see here at the bottom, I just restore here, and it'll say, look at this, $9.54, 1,000 a month in the last 30 days. Like this is perfect, because every sale you're going to get $2.62. It's going to take you a little over 2 months to make your money back. I mean, that's a product that I would absolutely get. I didn't get this specific one, but I did get one like it. And so like this is a perfect way to get products throughout the day. And this doesn't take very long. An idea comes to mind. I can go to my computer, I can research a product and buy it within 5 minutes. And then, if I do that once or twice a day, now I have 5 or 10 products coming to me. And like I said, I keep track on the spreadsheet of how much I spent on the product, how much I've made back on the product. If I sell the product on Facebook Marketplace, I know it sounds like it's very confusing and convoluted, but once you get into it, it's a really easy, simple way to invest in products. And yeah, you are spending some money on the products, but I think the hit rate with which I'm making my money back is way outweighing the amount I'm investing into the product. So I found a groove with this, and I think that specifically with the creator connections after the reporting, I think my income has been growing since then. So because I've been putting such an emphasis on creator connections, I think the product selection and the creator connections like emphasis that I've been using has been directly related to my higher income over the last, I would say 30 to 45 days is just like skyrocketed in my opinion. And the fact that I hit platinum, I think Amazon shows your videos more when you're platinum. So that just gives you more exposure. So all those things combined, I've just been kind of doubling down on this process, because once you see success in the program, it's like you got to just keep doing those things. And so I have a bunch of products coming this week that I'm going to be reviewing and things like that I'm hoping are going to pop off. And does every single product I buy get like pop off for me and make me a ton of money? No, but I think enough of them do, where I think my hit rate, if you want to call it something like that, my hit rate is pretty good. It's over 50% hit rate. So if I buy 10 products and 6 or 7 of them do really well, like that's a win. And then if 3 of them I had to pay for and then sell on Facebook Marketplace and they didn't do so hot, okay, no big deal. Or if I needed that product anyway at my house, well, now I just bought the product and you know, it is what it is. I was going to buy the product anyway. So this is my workflow. It's been working for me over the past like 30 to 45 days. I'm going to continue to double down on it over the summer as I have more time while I'm home over the summer. If it works for you, great. If there's other things that you like to do me a favor, let me know in the comments. Like, what is it that you do that you like to do that is effective that maybe I'm not talking about? Because I'm always looking for ways to grow and expand. This is just what I've come up with. And this is my workflow. And I know there's other people that are out there that are super successful that do other things. I'm always interested to hear, because if there's other things that I'm not thinking through, then I'm always open to growth in this program, because that's the whole point, is to continue to grow. And that's what's so attractive about this program. If you're making only $500 a month now, that doesn't mean you're only going to make $500 a month always. You can grow that. As long as you're doing the right things in the program, you can continuously grow your income. So I hope this video helped you out. Maybe you got some value out of it. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can add this play to your playbook, and we'll see you next time.